whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody, gather up close everybody. Kani move that body, kani move that body.
Tēnā koe te katoa, e te iwi, e whakarongo mai nā i o koutou kāinga, i Aotearoa, o tira i te ao, nau mai hoki mai ki te punua pāho nei o Taringa, e whakapāho atu nei i te wānanga Aotearoa, from the bustling metropolis of Te Awamutu. And anei māua e mihi atu nei, māua ko te puaheiri, ko Snow, and today we're joined by a very special guest, te teo aku hoa mauroa. Leon, te heke tū, ka mihi kia koe, tēnā koe nau mai.
Tēnā koe, tēnā koru.
Tēnā koe, kōrero mai tō iwi no whea koe.
He nui tonu aku iwi. Te taha ke taku māma, no tūhoi no Ngāti Pro, tētahi wāhanga hoki ona no roto Ngāti Kahungunu. Taku pāpā, he whāngai anō hoki taku pāpā, engari kōna toto, no roto o Kahungunu o te whānau apanui me Taranaki. Engari, ko ngā tīpuna i mōhio rā mātau, ngā mokopuna, nā rāua hoki i tō mātau pāpā i whāngai, no roto o konei, o Waikato nei, o tira no roto o Kāwhia, Ngāti Koura, Ngāti Wairere, Ngāti Whawhākia. Tana whaia, tōna pāpā no roto o te arawa, tūaurangi Ngāti Wāhiao, Ngai Te Rangi.
Tēnā koe, nau mai me o iwi maha.
Tēnā koe Aotearoa.
Ai. And I'm sure there's some listeners out there, koe nā no o rātau iwi koe tahi koa kōrero tiara e koe. Nō reira, e hoa e mihi ana kia koe. Mohea e tangata puku mahi koe. And e te iwi ko tā tātou kaupapa i te rānei is kupu. And we talk about an aspect of te reo Māori. Koe nā te kaupapa whānui ko te reo Māori, and we've covered things like mihi and whai kōrero, all sorts of other kaupapa, and our kaupapa today is Whakawhiti reo. So it's about translation, te reo Māori ki te reo Pākehā, and te reo Pākehā ki te reo Māori. But before we launch into our kaupapa, we're going to throw it over to te heke tū, e māna e kōrero mai hā tā tātou kiwaha.
Te kiwaha o te rānei, ko rarawe noiho.
Rarawe noiho.
Rarawe noiho. Nā he kiwaha nā māu ko tō tātou tuahine, ko pānia i... E arai te mea nā māu i hanga, nā te mea he kupu tahi to ke hoki, te rarawe. Engari nā māu i hahu mai, kia whitikina noa e te rā, hei whakamārama i te māmā noiho o tētahi āhuatanga, o tētahi mahi. Koe rā te tikanga o te rarawe noiho.
Rarawe noiho.
Rarawe noiho. Easy as that.
Easy as that.
Easy as
so
that.
Sort of like same as piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Rarawe noiho. Rarawe noiho. So I'm sure our kōrero is going to be rarawe noiho.
Ai.
Nō reira, e te iwi, koe nā tā tātou kiwaha, rarawe noiho, add that to your puna kupu.
Ai, get your tongue around it.
Your puna kiwaha, I should say. And tirohia tā tātou whārangi pukamata. Kei reira nā kiwaha kua kōrero ketia, i roto i nā puna pāho ka maho e kenei.
Me whakarongo pi kari kari.
Nō reira, e hoa ma, tā tātou kaupapa. Whakawhiti reo, and I know there's going to be a lot of them going, yeah, translation.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. This
Such
is
a
gonna
riveting subject.
But on the other hand, manohi anō, I know that there's a lot out there that do have lots of questions, and we've had them through our Facebook page. Tuatahi ake i te mea karetaku hua nei e whakapuhi aia. Ko te heke tū tētahi ki au nei, kei te taumata o te reo Māori.
Tika anō.
You know, a lot of people call me mātanga reo, kareo e whakapunu ki tērā karangatanga moku. Engari, ka ki au he mātanga reo a te heke tū.
Aye.
And he's somebody to aspire to for everybody. And we came to know one another i roto i nā manu kōrero many years ago. When we when we competed.
Many, kiwa anō tēnā.
Tika, and then we reconnected when he was teaching at Te Wānanga o Te Aroa, i Te Rawa. And then, since then, through te panekiretanga o Te Reo. And ko te heke tū te tahi o nā kai turuki, so he's one of the support tutors of te panekiretanga o Te Reo, who supports himself and Pānia, along with myself and Pakake, but in respect of Te Reo Māori, him and Pānia are the left and right hand, I guess, of Sir Dr. Timoti Kāretu. Dr. Sir. So koe nā wana credentials, and Whakawhiti reo is your bread and butter, niha?
Pretty much, yeah. Most of my paid work is around translating.
Give us an idea of some sort of things.
Yeah.
That
He rara we noi hon te mai, ne?
yeah.
No, it's not a piece of cake. But I've been fortunate to be a part of translating some of the documents around treaty settlements, government department, school, NZQA, examinations, and a whole plethora of kaupapa. But
Mena me ngahau.
oh yeah, less ngahau than there are.
Se pena, kua whakamauri koe e tahi o nā paki waituhi, some cartoons.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of translating as opposed to interpreting. But yeah, translating cartoons, te puka, etahi puka, te puka rangi.
How did that type of work come to you, or was it something you pursued, or was it a natural progression?
Good question. I think it just sort of started somewhere, and then it sort of snowballed into more work coming from that area.
Did someone go, translate this, and then they said, you're pretty good at this? You're like, all right, pay me then. Rara we noi hona tēnā.
No, I don't know where it started, but I do remember one of the earliest translation works I did was with Pānia's Ako.
Right. Series?
Ako series.
Yeah.
The
On
Kiwaha section.
Māori. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch that. You can still look that up too. Te iwi.
Ako
Whakarongo mai, ne?
Yeah, the Ako series.
I forgot to say that ko te tai o mahi hea huri haere ki nā kura reo, ko tātou. Usually that's what you teach at kura reo, is whakawhiti reo.
Yeah, and that was also another sort of change. When I first started at Kōrero, it was grammar and things around that. Well, Anita Moke, that was her job before she gave it over to me. Then Jared came in and I gave that to him, and I got switched to the whakamaori. Well, I think that's because no one else wanted it. So I was left with it.
Usually the situation is... So you talked about translating cartoons and settlement documents.
Yeah.
So there must be those are two extremes. So how do you maintain, say something, a cartoon which is something that's funny or entertaining, how do you maintain that type of those nuances within te reo? What's the key for a translation or an interpreter?
Well, it's important to have a broad understanding of the language so that you're not just someone who can only translate formal documents. You've got to have understanding of both formal and informal vernacular, or conversations and vocab and idioms and things like that. Otherwise, you run the risk of not being able to translate certain things because your language doesn't allow you to do that. Yeah, so it's not an easy thing, but once you get into the swing of it, it doesn't take too long before you're breezing through it.
When you get the flow, eh?
Yeah, rara we noi hoi.
When we worked on the Waikato River, hea rā tērā mea? Was it 30,000 words or something?
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I've had so many.
That's my big, that's the most I've done in terms of translation. Right. But I've got memories of when you and Pānia came around home, we were sitting there with making sure that our particular kupu matched up, because we created a lot of kupu as well when we done that. But yeah, when you get your flow on, ka rere noe, o rarawe noe ho. Te mahi, but then there'll be times you have a bit of writer's block. And it's definitely something you need to be disciplined. You need to discipline yourself.
Very much so, I think, yeah.
Ki te whaka Māori, ki te whakawhiti reo. I te koro koe mo te, translation, interpretation. Hea te rerenga ketanga, what's the difference between translation and interpretation?
My understanding is that translating is referring to text, written text, and interpreting is referring to oral speech. So when you're translating in court or at a tribunal hearing or something like that, or even on the marae for a guest who doesn't speak Māori, that's what technically is called interpreting. And translating is when you have a written text in front of you and you translate it. I think it's because when you're doing translating, the text is in front of you, and so you have time to be able to look at it and provide a direct translation. Interpreting on the other end is when someone's talking, and sometimes, especially if you're doing simultaneous interpreting, it's virtually impossible to do a word verbatim translation of the speech. So I think they call it interpreting because you have to sometimes go outside of the direct translation boundaries to ensure that you're still giving a close enough message or translation of what's being said.
And sometimes you get caught out, hey?
Oh yeah, you're going to get caught out. I mean, it's impossible. Like, especially if you're doing simultaneous interpreting, you've got to be able to let it go. But sometimes it can occupy your mind. I've stuffed up.
Their phrases.
And while you're too busy thinking about that, another 5 sentences have been uttered, and so you have to try and catch up. It's very difficult. And
especially if you're translating, interpreting for Timothy.
Well, I have, and I made sure I told him before we were put into the interpreting booth at the Waitangi Tribunal hearing for Te Kohanga Reo. We said to him, when I say we, I mean Pane and I, we said to him, remember, there are people interpreting what you're saying, so slow it down a bit. And in Timothy fashion, he said, hei ha māku, I don't care. And so he just went, 10 to the dozen. And
almost as if he was tempted.
It was impossible for me to be able to capture everything he said. And sometimes he would say something and purposely wait for us to interpret it because it would be something funny.
For him, for the business.
He's doing it for his own entertainment.
So he would stand there and then he'd say, okay, te tatari au kia puta mai te whakapāke a ngā autaia nei. And then, because the crowd would laugh, ngā mea mōhio ki te kōrero Māori, those that could understand what he was saying in Māori, but the judges, they had to wait for the interpretation. And so that would come like 3 seconds later or 5 seconds later. So the crowd had finished laughing, and then the judges would laugh. And then Timothy would raise his eyebrows.
Now, it's from that occasion that now we use one of his lines that you didn't really interpret.
Not me. It wasn't me. Well, actually, no, I uttered the interpretation, but Pania fed it to me. Timothy was talking about someone who had a particular philosophy on something, and one of the judges asked, is that how so-and-so views that particular, whatever it was, I can't remember what the kaupapa was. And Timothy said, ai, ka hinga pērā ia. And because I was in the midst of interpreting a sentence prior to that particular statement, I asked Pania, what did he say? Ka mea ia. And Pania said, iki ia ka hinga pērā ia. She falls that way. And I didn't have enough time to really think about what she said, and so I just repeated what she said, and I said, she falls that way. And as soon as I had said that, I was startled, and I looked at it and I said, "Ko ke te." But it was too late; it had already gone out. And so, like I said, if you get stuck with something and think, "Oh no, I've better correct that," then you'll then you will have missed another 2 or 3 sentences, and you'll always be behind the 8 ball.
So in that instance, that ka hinga pērā was the literal translation. Really, he was using it in like a kiwa, haniha.
Yeah. He was
So the interpretation of that ka hinga pērā was meant to be...
Oh, God.
Was inclined that way?
Yeah,
or was
subscribe
that
to
way
that,
inclined?
that way inclined.
Yeah. Ka hinga pērā ia. Wa nā tērā mahi, ka whakamahi tātou I tērā kōrero.
Tika, we do.
Oi ko kui kiwahati ake te.
So you were talking about the box before before I asked the question, the difference between translation and interpretation, and then you said you got a bit more license to move out of the box, that box you'd use or have when you're translating. So what is that box? What are the values and your values and principles when you're translating to guide you?
Yeah, well, when doing my translating license, one of the key messages that was drummed into us was don't omit anything that's in front of you, so don't leave something out purposefully anyway, and don't embellish something. So sometimes we can, especially with the treaty settlements, sometimes the emotions can get to you, and you'll see something and you think, oh, what, the injustices that were dealt upon our people, and you want to add something that
drive it in.
To drive something in, to say how badly our people were treated or something like that. But you can only, your job as a translator is to only translate what's on the paper, not what you would like to be on the paper. So one of the principles, I suppose, of translation is don't omit anything and don't add anything to what's in front of you. It's important to look at the context of the text.
Te horopaki.
Te horopaki, yeah.
Horopaki, context.
And the genre, the mood, all those types of things. So, how you would translate a legal document is going to be totally different to how you would translate a cartoon. So you wouldn't use the same language, you wouldn't use the same tone, you wouldn't use the same structures and the same expressions. Another really key thing I really want to emphasize is having your work proofread.
Kia ora.
You have to be pretty arrogant to think that you don't make any mistakes. Obviously, there are going to be times when you don't have the time to get it proofread if it's a really urgent translation and they need it within an hour or so. Sometimes you won't be able to get that, but when you do have the time and the means, then you should get your work proofread.
Tēnā koe.
By someone who you trust. By someone who you trust.
So you don't
has
fall
the
that
eye
way.
for detail.
And
also has the capability to do the work.
So within, like, say, you do court translations or settlement translations, do you come across words in which you have to create new Māori words?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's not a daily thing, but it's a recurring thing. Having to translate new concepts, new expressions, because they weren't expressions in the days of our ancestors. We have to find something that's still captures a Māori essence, but also is relevant to the expression being translated.
Aye. How does one translate a Pākehā word into a Māori word? Is there a formula in which one must follow? Or I guess you try and maintain the whakaaro Māori neha.
Koenā e mea nei, the essence, the Māori essence, koenā te whakaaro, te wairua Māori pēr.
Yeah, well,
because I
with
think
new words, you can go down 2 paths. One path is just to get the phonetics of the word, and like our ancestors did with a lot of Pākehā words, like ero prena, and
tepu for
tepu, turu, etc. Or you can go down the other path of looking at the word, the context of the word, what it means, what its purpose is, how it's used, etc. And grab Māori words that represent those things, use Māori words in that way, like rorohiko, for example. An electric brain is, for me, is a very good, good way of capturing what a computer is.
Hopu reo.
Hopu reo,
Yeah.
Reminds me of the exercise we did with Hemi Kelly about an instrument in which it can freeze and also cook kai.
Oh,
that's right.
I forgot what that was called. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're probably never ever going to have one.
We'll ever need one.
Well, we have two. We have a fridge. We have a fridge. We have a microwave.
I think that's because you could like snap freeze something, Like, you can chill it.
Quick chill it.
And then you can still cook food.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a microwave that does the reverse as well.
So one of the words that came out, which I thought was pretty cool, was whitingao or pūngao, which is a changing of the molecular structure in a quick way. So it was, a different,
Imagine saying that though in a sense, I roto I te reo.
No.
Yeah.
Rau atu tēnei ki te whitingao.
Whitingao.
Oh, okay.
I think that's something that people need to be careful of because, social media and Google and, everything. And now we've got all these wordsmiths, and I'm not putting people off, but, self-professed wordsmiths who are making up kupu. Say, pefe o whakaro, like, where does that sit, creating words and things like that? What gives you or myself the license to make
to do so,
Well, I mean, everyone has a right to create a word. I mean, that's how words are created. I mean, no one, there is no one particular body that gets to decide what word is appropriate for whatever. It's just how it is validated, I suppose, is through the usage of it.
Yeah.
So if the motu decides, we like that word, then that becomes the valid word, I suppose, for that particular thing. Like a haui for selfie. I mean, I personally despise the word ahaui. Because one, it just didn't sound Māori. Two, it doesn't truly capture what a selfie is. Because a selfie isn't always
yourself.
Me. And the it isn't always me or on my own. It's sometimes a selfie is me with others, and so it's not about me. And I think whoever heard the word thought that's what it meant. It was about me, but it's not about me. Sometimes it's about being with others and capturing.
So
others
it's a mataui.
Mataui. Well, if there's more than two, And so that was I didn't like that personally, and I think some people picked it up, but I don't think it's very much used now.
I haven't heard.
To your relief, it's been gone.
Much to my relief.
And people bring it up now and again. I think more as a joke than.
Yeah, I think so. I think now it's sort of
So koe hā tātai kupu mo te selfie.
Ko te kupu a te hau mihiata me taku pai ki te rā kupu ana, ko te kiri āhua. So kiri being self. And āhua being photo from whakahua. And so she's, it's a compound word of kiri and whakahua and truncated to kiri āhua.
So while we're on whakahua, because I've had this discussion with people, and I said to them, stop saying tangohia he whakahua. Tango whakahua. So this is following the, this is whakaro Pākehā. So tango whakahua, take a picture. Engari, what we'd just say whakahuatia.
So because tango is to literally
there's a literal sense of
taking. So if I was to say tango here taku whakahua, I would have a whakahua and you would take it from me.
Yes.
That would be what take away pretty much is tango. Not just take in the sense of take. I mean, take is such a general word too. It's not doesn't just mean
given its meaning and context.
So take a photo is just whakahua. And so you would say, can you take a photo of me māua hau e whakahua? Not māua e tango whakahua.
What about some of these translations, like I find them quite funny. people have a go at saying something and it's not putting people down.
Yeah.
But, just have a little chuckle about them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling down.
Yes.
Kei te whawha ki raro. Kei
Yeah.
te whawha ki raro.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm feeling down.
Well, kei te whawha ia.
But really, you know, say,
Yeah.
Well, ai ni pia kei te mā te wairo o te whakawhiu. I'm feeling down. I'm feeling down.
kei te whawha ki raro. But I'm feeling down. Oh, kei te whawha ki raro. What?
Kei te mau koe i te aha. Kei te whawha ki raro.
Oh, ka aroha tērā.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but again, that comes down to the understanding of the person or their lack thereof regarding te reo. And see, and that's a common thing amongst learners of te reo, is that you might give them something to translate and they'll look at the first word in the dictionary and just grab that. So like, for example, feeling, whawha. It's a totally different feeling.
I did that. I did that in the weekend. There was I was
Pehea tō, would you say, oh, pehea tō whawha.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, pending it could be right,
yeah. It could be in a howie.
Because sometimes if you put te reo into Google Translate and vice versa, you get this whaka-Māori or whakapākehā that's like way off.
Yeah.
And something like this, ne? So don't go to Google Translate.
Yeah. They haven't the algorithm yet.
No, because they may have entered a word into the database that they have that says this is the word for feelings. And so, they've just randomly selected a word for feelings, and then you end up with things like, kei te whawha ki raro. I'm feeling down.
Yeah.
I had the same chuckle to myself when translating on the weekend. Me hu, as in one should be passionate. And I went and looked for a synonym.
A cinnamon?
A cinnamon? I used a thesaurus. In my coffee.
A synonym.
A synonym. And I come up with covetous. And which wasn't there. And it was then I realised covetous doesn't mean that. To passionately pursue an effort. Be careful, Itiwi.
Yeah, it's all about context.
All about context.
And so when creating new words, you've got to know the context. Otherwise, you could end up saying something that isn't either relevant to what's being said or isn't appropriate.
Yeah, or fish becomes a bird because of the Chinese whispers or the wrong take of it.
Would it be fair to say that, because, you've got literal translation and then you've got a translation of the essence or the wairua. Would it be
loose
fair to
translation?
say... Yeah, a loose translation. Would it be fair to say you'd exercise the literal translation more so than the loose translation? Or are there times when you deem... actually, I'm going to he pai ake te whaka-Māori i te wairua o te kōrero. Kaua kupu nei.
Yeah, very few...
And an example. Have you got an example?
Yeah, I didn't come prepared with any examples. I didn't know what we were talking about.
We just saw Leon walking down the road and we said, hey, come for a yarn.
Most of the work that I do is literal translation. And even in Kōrero stuff, I notice that a lot of people, when translating, do a lot of loose translations, when they should be more direct translations. And then you have, some people just don't know when to, when to have loose translation and when to have direct translation. But that's because they're probably not in the field of translation. Sometimes they can get too far airy-fairy.
Yes. Yeah.
And so loose that, there are no boundaries at all.
Right.
And then they don't know the reader or the...
Yeah, can't understand what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because in the mind of the person who's put that translation down, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
No one else does.
Yeah.
And so if you have to give a whole big spiel about what your translation means.
Yes.
I mean, that should
then
be
you haven't translated.
You missed the point of your
interpreted properly.
You need someone to translate what you're...
You need someone else to translate yours or interpret yours. Yeah.
I think at the Kōrero rai, kōrero ana koe, the last, ki Otaki, a few classes talked about saying out of one of the movies.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
Whitikingia to...
Yeah. What was
It's
it?
going to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Or bumpy night.
It's going to be a bumpy night.
Yeah.
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not fasten your seatbelt, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
No.
It's going to be a bumpy night.
Yeah.
And they were sort of having a bit of a chuckle about some of the things they came up with.
Yeah. Or even you can't handle the truth, from
you want
a few good men.
Yeah.
A few good men. Some people, would say, ka re tae koe te pupuri.
Right.
See,
so that's
a
following
little,
the...
Following the literal translation.
Yeah. So that's a reverse, ne?
Yeah,
or that's more of a... Yeah.
Or te
Mirroring.
whawha, te whakare
Yeah,
te whawha, te
So
pono.
how tō whakamāori, what's your... You couldn't handle the truth.
Ka whati tō tuara I te pono. Ne?
Right.
Pai.
Ka
Yeah.
whakaru tō upoko. And
Yeah.
the truth is too much for you.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on, so people are quick to look at, say, I'll wear like marae. Is it right to say, for people to interpret as such, okay, so ma is clear and rai is your... Is that right
Because
to
a
do
lot
that?
of that goes on,
Yeah, I'm actually
Yeah.
personally, I'm
Yeah.
critical of that. I don't think that's right because every word has its own modi and such.
Yeah, I think there's somewhere, like when
Some
you got
you
a
can.
conjunction or
Yeah,
you've got a, you know that there's definitely two words in there.
Yes, yes,
like
yeah.
mohi au whakaro,
Aye.
whakaaro.
Yeah.
Era, engari, some of the other ones, and they come up with these, airy-fairy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, everyone has the right to have their own theory for every word. I can't verify where the word originated.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I'm probably,
Like
probably
hooray.
on your probably on your waka. I mean, I don't think marae is ma and rai, just like kaumātua isn't ko and ma and tua.
Yeah, kia ora.
But that's my own personal thought.
Yeah.
I can't say that someone else is wrong because I can't.
Yeah.
I didn't create the word, so I can't tell.
And I think it's probably their way of finding an interpretation of it. I guess. Yeah.
And
This is the etymology, ne?
Etymology.
O te whakapapa te kupu.
Aye, aye.
Etymology.
And so that's their version, and all powers to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about powers, like Māori is one, and I had this discussion with Wharehuia, and ko tāna, kei goes, wow, he can say, I ki mai tētahi, ko te mau I te ri. And he says, well, what if it's mā uri,
Aye.
or mā uri? Ko
And
te
same as wairua.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some say it's e rua ngā wai.
Yeah.
But what about te wā I rua?
Yeah.
Right.
And what about mā? Mā.
Rere ko te
I tērā wā, and ki tau te māramatanga, mā.
Ma.
Now, going back a bit, I te kōrero tātou mo te, it's that expression, the truth, you can't handle the truth. And it sort of goes into a question I want to or something to talk about is the translation, because when we're teaching kiwaha at Kōrero or anywhere, people try and translate a kiwaha, and they get really, really hung up.
Yeah.
They need to know, why doesn't the kiwaha follow a literal translation?
Yeah.
Like things like ka mau te wehi and wehe ana I te reka reka and
Rara we noiho.
yeah, how o kōrero ki tērā hunga when it comes to kiwaha.
Yeah. Sometimes we can get too wrapped up in the word
Yes.
instead of looking further at the context of what something means. And I mean, idioms, kiwaha, that they don't fit within. They don't fit within the parameters of grammar.
Kia ora.
So I mean, that's in every language, not
Kia
just
ora.
in
Aye.
te reo Pākehā me te reo Māori. So you have to be able to separate kiwaha from wetereo or idiomatic expressions from grammar, and don't mingle them in the same in the same category because it's, I mean even in English, for example, you know, it's raining cats and dogs. I mean, that has no, cats and dogs has no relevance to heavy rain, you know. But if you hear that expression, no one who knows how to speak English is going to wonder whether there are cats and dogs raining from the sky.
Or a piece of cake.
Yeah. Oh, that's a piece of cake.
That's a piece of cake,
Kua takate kapa is one.
Yeah.
Why I find kua takate kapa interesting is it is now in English kiwaha that is out of date, and this generation doesn't use. I haven't heard anyone say kua the penny is dropped.
Yeah.
But he nui a tātou tamariki, rangatahi, you know, ngā whakareanga that use kua takate kapa as a kiwaha kūtakare mohe, which means, you know, the light went on. And
Kua hina tore.
Yeah, kua hina. And hina tore now is one that Rangi Mātamu has been pushing instead of kua takate kapa. So you say to a lot, hea te tikanga o te kua takate kapa? And now they'll say, oh, it means this. And it's been at Kōrero, I've said, oh, well, it comes from the kiwaha, the penny is dropped. And everyone's like, huh? They never heard that expression because it's gone, you know, it's from another time.
Another time, another place.
So that's the other interesting thing about kiwaha.
I think to experience such a thing.
We're a really interesting breed, Māori, and in that we really want to hold on to our old sayings.
Yes.
So, such as kua takate kapa. We're not a very fast-changing, evolving language. Our language isn't it doesn't evolve as quickly as other languages. And I think that's because we're trying to, at the moment, we're just trying to revitalise the language.
Yes.
So we're not in the evolving period, I suppose, yet. And so we're just trying to grab everything we can and hold on to it. But I think we need to keep making sure the language evolves, otherwise we'll keep getting stuck in time. Our language will be stuck in time. I mean, kua takate kapa is, 60, 70 years old.
Yeah. Even raining cats and dogs, there's stories of when...
Yeah, no one of our generation says it's raining cats and dogs
or
anymore.
throwing the baby up with the bathwater.
All those types of things. You know, a bee in your bonnet. I mean,
Bee on your bonnet.
Yeah, a bee in your bonnet. I've got a bee in my bonnet.
In your bonnet. A bee in your bonnet.
Yeah.
If it's on your bonnet, then...
E whawhana te aha.
Oh, you remind us of one of our mates.
I know, yes.
Yeah, so, you know...
Whakawhakawa.
I mean...
Kuia tō kai ako.
The language needs to evolve to ensure that we're current. Otherwise, we end up... And I think that's the reason why a lot of our young ones sort of turn away from the reo.
Yeah,
It's because it's not relevant to their world.
Well, even as we still use kupu whakarite, and we talked about types of birds. To be honest, I don't think I've seen half the birds that I've mentioned in a lot of my mihi. And so relevance is a big thing, but also it is important to maintain those, I believe.
So instead of, you know, saying te manu arataki i te kāhui, you know, because you grew up with Sesame Street and you idolised Big Bird. You know, next time
Te manu kōwhai, te manu teitei kōwhai, tū tonu mai.
Te piki manu.
Te piki manu.
You know, talking about, you know, kei a māua i tēnei wā, a māua karanga tamariki. We've got two 11-year-old and a 13-year-old. E tamaiti he te māhine. And te tamaiti nei, he kāia ki te kōrero Māori, o rāua, ne? And he makes his own... You know, ki te kore e mo ki te kupu, he makes up a transliteration.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got some hard case ones.
Yeah.
Like, I waiho e au ki te penti. And I go, how te penti? And Rangi was there, was the bench. And Rangi goes, boy, I think no tūho e koe.
No, that's a common practice. And it's also it should be an indication to you that the child doesn't know the word for that.
Yeah.
And so trying to remain in te reo Māori still, I mean, my children, our youngest son, he would bring a friend over, and I remember, it's probably not a good example, but he came over and he saw our whare, and for some reason he thought it was a reasonably wealthy looking whare. And he said, oh, matua, he riche koutou. And I cracked up laughing, you know. And I thought, you know, me mihia ki te rā tamaiti, because he still managed to give the correct structure
Aye.
of the language, but just, the one word he didn't know in Māori,
And that's something our like...
Oh, yeah, our tupuna did all the time.
Yeah, and I always remember the first time I heard English word being pacified.
Yes.
And was te teo mātou korau, tino korau nei, and he's telling me, yes, boy, I open ngia tēnei whare, and you hear it a lot.
Yeah. Takukui, I remember one of my mother's aunties, they were singing a song, and ka mea takukuia ki taku māma. E tu e ko. Action here mai ngā ringa.
Ai.
Yeah.
Te whakaofingia te rauti.
Yeah, whakaonhia, whakaofingia.
Yeah, gad.
Yeah, those are different.
Where does that sit though? Like, i roto i o whakaro, where does that sit? And, kei te kōrero tātai mo te evolution o te reo Māori. And that's a part of it.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
People are still trying to communicate. They're following a Māori... So is it pidgin Māori? Ko te pidgin Māori tērā he ara wara nei?
It would be some type of pidgin Māori. Well,
Sure marika nei.
But I mean, I remember having a conversation with a Japanese friend of mine who taught Japanese, and he said that in their language they do a lot of that. Because for them it's not so much about the word, it's about ensuring that the structure of the language remains the same. Yeah. So, and that was with our
you do hear,
yeah.
You're right. Ka rongo i nā hapa ni he kōrero ana. Kareha ki a rātou. Kena hotoni ko nā kupu Pākehā nei. You hear it.
Yeah. And if you refer to the example of that particular device that freezes and cooks at the same time, whatever the name of that device was, you would just put it in the sentence and you just say the English word. I would rather someone still give me a good structure rather than have every word in Māori.
Right.
Obviously, in the ideal word, you would have a Māori word for that particular device. But, I would rather them be able to give me a well-structured sentence with one English word, because they don't know the Māori word for it, than to have some gobbledygook.
A ruined sentence and the correct word.
Yeah, with a correct Māori word. I mean...
a whawhaki raro.
Yeah, a whawhaki raro. Yeah, that's a classic example.
So what is... How te kupu Māori mō bench?
Pai.
Te pai?
Yeah. Pai kai.
Pai kai, kei te aho te momo bench.
Yeah.
Well, maro mate ki te.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to... I pirangi te kōrero, because I always get asked a lot, what does my name mean? Or people that are finding, and I caution my whānau and friends when they're making their babies' names up.
Aye.
We've talked about te mitingi iho, at the end of the day, it's up to them because they're going to name that child. But what is our advice to people that are making up babies' names? Because I've heard some, I don't want to say any, but I've heard some, like you say, it doesn't sound Māori. And to those that are wondering, what does my, because people ask me, what does my name mean? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because literally it could mean this, but I don't know the whakapapa of your name.
Yeah.
Pera I te kaue whai wairere, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, see? Whawhaki raro.
Whawhaki raro.
Yeah, well, like I said, and you're right, parents have the right to name their child whatever they like, but from personal experience, when our son told us he was going to name his children this name and this name and that name, the first thing I asked was, where does it come from? Why have you decided to give baby that name? Because personally, I also think that babies, when given a name, can sometimes take on whatever that name comes from. So,
Tika.
Interestingly enough, my middle name's Heketu and Morella from my grandfathers. And according to a lot of people, I have traits of my grandfathers. And one of my sisters is named after her aunties, our aunties, and one's named after our nannies, etc., etc. And we've somehow... I don't know whether it's a coincidence or whatever. We seem to be either emulating some of my koroa's traits or attributes. And so I'm always cautious on when naming somebody something, where that name comes from and
Tika.
the whakapapa of that word. And
So have a wānanga and get some advice.
Yeah. Don't name them after your favourite car or
yeah,
favourite,
well, I mean, that's
favourite
okay to
son.
name them after your favourite
yeah.
car. That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
because that has a purpose to it. But when you just hear something and say, "Oh, that sounds lovely," I'm going to name my child that.
Yeah.
But don't know where it comes from. It could be something,
Macabre. I like that word.
Well, yeah, like one of our koroua, my cousin, was named after his koroua. And I think I'm the only one, and probably first time I've shared that, his name was Te Tuaki, our koroua, and this koroua was born at the time his uncle, he drowned in the river. And when he was found, his
right.
two papaka got snagged.
Oh, right.
And he looked like a gutted fish.
Wow.
So when he was born, they named him Te Tuaki, in memory of what happened. You know, Te Tuaki means what it is, but it's the whakapapa behind the name.
What does Turkey mean for our listeners?
Yeah, to gut a fish. Yeah, or to disembowel.
I think that's while we're on the thing of names, our tupuna went through different stages, and then they took on another name, such as was Tawhiao and Potato.
Yeah.
As we were talking,
Our whanaunga from Turtle Island, the Indians, for want of a better place name, America, which they don't like to refer to it as America. You know, they have their names like Blows in the Wind and things like that. If you looked at our names, Ngā Ingoa Māori, and in a literal translation, they're the same.
And named after events, so they were remembered, and also you knew how long ago that event was based on the age of that person. Yeah, we got a cousin, he doesn't talk right because my auntie named him the first thing that landed on his head, so my cousin Fridge isn't very well.
No rere hoa, kei whakakapu ake, what is your advice ki te hunga e hihi ana ki te whai I tēnei huarahi? To be a translator, hea o kōrero aki a rātai, me ngā kōrero āwhina a rātai.
It's important to have a very broad understanding of the language and right across the spectrum as well, not just grammar, not just be a good grammarian and know your grammar back to front, but also knowing idioms, knowing proverbs, knowing tribal expressions. It's important to have a broad knowledge of the reo if you're wanting to do translation. It's not just, I have a degree in te reo Māori and so I'm ready to do translation. You have to have had exposure to a lot of different types of language and different genres. And it's something that you have to be disciplined to do. You can't let your emotions guide you in translating as much as you want to add something or omit something or embellish something. It's not a difficult thing to do if you're disciplined and you're passionate about doing it, not covetous. My advice to those that want to do translation is go and expose yourself to as many different real environments as possible so that you're familiar with other types of language apart from that which you may already know. Get some good books that may have a translated version of, such as, what's Hemi's one? Stand Sleeping.
Yeah, by Witty.
Sorry, Hemi. Moetu.
Whawhaki.
Yeah, Moetu.
Yeah.
I can't remember the...
Sleep standing?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Stand sleeping or sleep standing, one of the two. and then, so you can get an idea of, how things should be translated or could be translated. Watching Māori television.
Mō teatea?
Yep.
Mō teatea,
ngā mō teatea. Those are very...
Te paipera? Whewhia te paipera?
Yep. He rawe te paipera. Kei reira e tahi tauira pai.
And so you've also, it was you that translated this one?
Yes. I really enjoyed translating that book because, one, the language was relatively simple.
Aye.
Because it's a topic I have no idea.
Yeah, so it would have been a good topic at the same time. Yeah.
It was great learning. It was also just satisfying knowing that I had a role in sharing information that is relatively new to a lot of our people.
Aye.
And Pānia was the editor.
Yeah, also, we must acknowledge the work of Pānia. I have a few of the children books that she translated, Kui Te Kiwi series, and I saw the English.
Yeah.
I saw the
And
English.
I edited those.
Yeah, and
Well,
those I
briefly.
could see how much of an effort it took because to maintain the nuances that the English version had. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, those
Yeah.
cartoons were, the cartoons, people thought, it's he reo tamariki, so that it's easy.
Yeah.
But that was probably the hardest.
It would,
I've
yeah,
ever
I
had,
could
because you
imagine so.
have so many, like SpongeBob, there's so many things that are just totally contextually and culturally foreign to Māori. Lighting a fire in the water, not only is that culturally foreign, but it's just
And
just
then
nonsensical.
the show has its own idioms and kiwaha.
Yeah.
And having fish talk.
Yeah.
Because one of the sentences was, ask that man over there, but it was a fish. So you wouldn't say, pātaihia te rā tangata i korā, because tangata is not, it wasn't a tangata.
It wasn't
was
a tangata.
fish.
It wasn't a,
So all those types of things, and I was constantly having linguistic battles in my mind, or cultural battles in my mind. Thinking, how can I translate that? Because in Māori, they will hear the word tangata and see the fish on the screen.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a clash there.
O, kei pēnei mai koutou e te iwi, he rarawe noiho.
Aye.
Don't think that it's, just a piece of cake, it's easy. Kei reira e tahi kōrero he āwhina atu a koutou e hihi ana ki te whai i tēnei huarai, i te whakamaori, me te whakapākea. Nō reira e hoa e mihi katoa ana ki a koe, māua ki a koe o tira te wānanga o te aroa. I ranga tira i tā tātou noho nāu, nā tō whakai mai, kia haere mai, kia taringa i tēnei rā. Nō reira e mihi ana ki a koe. And if I'm ever whāwhā ki raro, I can watch this, watch and re-listen to this again on our platforms.
I just want to state for the record that I'm also, like you, I wouldn't class myself a mātanga reo, but it's something I'm passionate about. Yeah.
Tēnā koe.
Ka pai.
Tēnā koe.
Kia ora.
Kia ora
Tēnā
tātou
hika.
katoa.
Ki o, whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that